Hello, Sue. Thank you so much for speaking with me today. For everyone who has seen Sue's books, I'm sure you have walked miles. This is Sue Jagannath talking to me about her books today and also what she's going to be discussing at the Logan Writers Festival. How are you going today, Sue?
Oh, I'm really good. We are out of lockdown,
Oh my
and
gosh.
that's it allows me to walk further. Yeah, it's a bit
Yes.
difficult walking 10 kilometers a day in Tanamera. You get kind of tired of the same things. But that's what I'm coming to, that every experience in our life can be used to share. And the way I choose to share it is I kind of transmute those experiences into books.
Ooh,
And
beautiful.
that's what I'm talking about, of just taking the ordinary things which you do from day to day and turning it into something which will maybe transform another person's life. And that's what that's connection at a whole different level.
That's the gift of being an author, though, isn't it? You see the world through a particular lens, and then
Mm.
you're able to share that lens with others, and they can see the beauty and the magical within the mundane. And that's such a beautiful trait to be able to share with people.
Yeah.
Often, a lot of people see these things through their own lens, but they aren't able to share it, and authors are able to. So that's really special. So, which one was your first book?
uh, this one, the Camino Inglés. So that is about a walk which I did in Spain in 2016. And people have heard of the Camino in Spain. They do the long one, which takes 6 weeks.
Hmm.
But the reality is, for us, you and I, we live in Australia. We're really far away from everywhere. So if you're working, you know, how do you get 6 weeks off? Plus, another week for travel. How do you get 2 months off if you are working full time and you can't do it? So I found this smaller Camino, which I decided to do because I had this goal to walk a Camino. And every year I kept postponing it. And finally in 2016, I said, I have had it, I'm going to do it. And so
Excellent.
so this book, it's really about a doable Camino for anyone. So if you're far away, if you're a bit older, if you think you are too fat, if you think you're not fit, whatever excuse you have, there's a Camino for you. Yeah.
Beautiful. What is a Camino?
The Camino is it's a walk in Spain, which is it's a pilgrimage. It's about 1,200 years old. It's what pilgrims used to do, to walk from the edge of France or wherever to the west coast of Spain, to a place called um, Santiago, where you have the tomb of the apostle. Uh,
Oh, wow.
James, one of the apostles. So that is a massive cathedral, and it's a walk. And at the end of it, you get a really good medieval sounding, looking Compostela, and the whole, because it's so old, it's actually geared for walkers. So in the olden days, the churches would have hostels where pilgrims could stay, but now they are set up with places called albergues, which are pilgrim hostels. So you stay overnight for this huge amount of €8 a night or something. Yeah, and it's really, Spain is absolutely marvelous, really. Yeah.
I've been to Spain twice, but I think
The southern part.
I was in
Yeah.
Madrid. No, not Madrid. Cadiz, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I stopped off. I flew from Madrid, got a taxi to Cadiz, and then got on a cruise ship from there. And then I think I had Barcelona's in Spain too, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and
Those
then
are all the tourist traps. Yeah.
I stopped and started my cruise ship journey. Like I was 8 months working on a cruise ship
Oh,
in
lovely. Yeah.
Spain. So
Wow.
that was incredible. It's so beautiful and it's so nice and warm. But people don't realize how much history is in Spain.
Yes,
And it's
absolutely.
people think of England and they think of France and even Germany. But yes, Spain is just rife with all these pockets of dusty, beautiful history where ancient people have trod before you. So that is an incredible journey.
Yeah,
What
so
was
it was
What was your
Sorry, it
favorite
was 5
part?
days.
Oh, 5 days. Excellent.
6 days. The book is called 6 Days or Less to Santiago because mostly people walk 6 days, 6 weeks to get there. This was 6 days. So it's a kind of a corner of Spain, which is a Celtic corner of Spain. It's not, it's not the typical hot Spain of the rest, southern Spain. So it's actually very green and very rainy, which is beautiful for Australians because we come from, especially in Queensland, we're in a hot, dry climate. So being in Spain among that greenery was just amazing, really. It was spring and we walked through the countryside and, flowers were blooming everywhere. The trees were in blossom. It was like being in some amazing book. And they were also on this walk, there's also one medieval era city or town, which is called Betanzos. And it is actually a completely walled city. And the inside, the roads are cobbled, and the inside is, you have these ancient churches, monuments, and you have the plazas where literally everybody comes out in the evening, and that's where the little cafeterias and the bistros, everyone's out. And what I liked about Spain is that everyone is out. There's no question of just couples being out. The grandmother, the mother, the little kids are running around. The teenagers are there. Everyone, the whole family is together on the plaza having wine or something. And you know what? We are so used to eating at, say, 5:30 or 6. And after you've walked the whole day, you're kind of hungry.
Yeah.
You're not going to get dinner till 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in Spain. Yeah, because everyone's busy socializing and, drinking the wine and stuff. So,
beautiful.
Different culture. Yeah.
You know what? That's one thing that I love, the different meals and the different foods that come with different cultures. So we're so used to, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they're at fairly set times as well. But when you go to somewhere that has developed its own ancient roots, they don't just have that British standard.
Yeah, it's true. And, when I walked into Spain, when we landed in Spain, on the very first day when we were walking, I remember telling my husband, because my husband came with me, I said, how come we miss this country? We've never heard of this country. It's not, of course, we've heard of Spain, but we've never realized how rich it is, how beautiful it is, and how wonderful the people are. And of course, the wine. Yeah, and the food.
Yes, of course.
I said, how did we miss this gem? Maybe it was for us, I don't know, but I just thought it's because we are so Anglo-centric that we think that the whole culture of Europe and stuff is only the England and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Wonderful. Now, talk to me a bit about your time in the Himalayas.
Yes, those are these two books, and I'm actually currently, that's The Valley of Flowers and Chasing Himalayan Dreams. So The Valley of Flowers is actually on a 99-cent special because I'm in the 2-year anniversary of when I actually walked the Valley of Flowers. Today is the day, 2 years ago when I walked into the Valley of Flowers the second time. That means you can only go up, but you have to descend immediately. By 5 p.m. you have to be out. So if you want to see the whole thing, you have to do that walk multiple times to go 4 kilometers up and back down if you want to see things. So today, I'm thinking of that. I've been running a promotion and blogging about it, posting about the Valley of Flowers, because the Valley of Flowers, this is my latest bestseller. And this is the walk I did in August 2019. It was ready for publication in February. And guess what happened in Feb?
Oh, yeah, lockdown. Yeah.
And I thought, who's going to read a book about a Himalayan hike in lockdown? And I thought, oh God, wrong timing for me.
I feel like that's exactly what people needed.
Yeah, but you see, I just, at that time it was so new, and I thought, so what I did is I kind of stopped, and I came back and I talked, because I always have a launch team of beta readers, because writing is you have to get into the idea that it is a team sport. Yeah. It's not a sport which you do yourself. So I talked to my beta readers and my supporters, and they said, look, go ahead and do it. But we discussed, they said, look, exactly what you said, Rhiannon, that people want to read about it. So what I did is I went back and I converted this from a pure guidebook, because this is called The Valley of Flowers, the ultimate guide to an adventure trek in the upper Himalayas. So it was really a pure guidebook. Do this, do that, don't get AMS, what to eat, all that kind of stuff. So I went back and I made it more personal, and I inserted more of my story, my backstory. I went with 4 friends, and we've been friends for 25 years, literally. From, we've been friends for so long, and we've been talking about a Himalayan hike, for 25 years. But in the middle, marriage, children, careers came in the way.
These things happen.
In 2019, we kind of decided this in June that we don't care, we are going. And I had just come back from a second Camino. I'd come back to Australia, and we were talking, we were just chatting about it, and we said, let's go. And literally we decided, and we went in two weeks. Okay,
wow.
Literally. I said, let's go, because the Valley of Flowers, you have to walk in the monsoon. There's only because it's otherwise the rest of the year it's under snow, so you can't get there. Yep. It's only in the summer it melts, and because it's the Himalayas, the monsoon sets in quite early in July, and so you have a different set of flowers. The flowers bloom in the monsoon, so you have to walk in the monsoon. And normally that's it could be like, this year has been a terrible year for that area of the Himalayas. They have had such heavy rain that they have had really bad landslides, and the people died. And I've been telling people, don't walk now, read the book, don't go, it is too dangerous to go. And literally people have died, because if you have a landslide in the Himalayas, it's not little pebbles that come on the road. Mm-mm. It's like giant ass boulders.
Yeah, no, it's a mountain that falls on you.
Yeah, so that was my last book, and currently I'm promoting it. And the thing is, because all my books are on Amazon, and I work on my authoring as a business. It's not a hobby for me. So I'm quite competitive. So I like my books to go bestseller, because also I like to get money from them.
Yes, well, that's how you survive. I think that's entirely fair.
That's, some people don't realize it. They kind of think that it's a bit, I don't know what, they're too snobbish. They think that authors shouldn't make money. I thought, what?
Anyway. You know what? The hours of work that you put into it is something that I really want to help people understand with the Logan Writers Festival. By helping to bridge the gap between writing and business, we'll be able to help more authors understand that this is a business, that their website should look amazing and should direct people to purchasing their books. And that they shouldn't be giving their books away for free all the time. Like, it's a promotional tool. It's not just something to be like, oh, I wrote this thing, I spent 2 years making it, and now I'm just going to throw it out there and give it to everyone else. Like, this,
it's crazy.
Your authors are worth so much more than that.
Can we have a stop now? I will just get rid of the children from the room.
Yes, okay? Not a problem. I'll pause it.
Daughter.
You've got your granddaughter. How old is she?
My granddaughter's 6.
Oh, beautiful.
And, because she's, even though lockdown is over, she's a bit sniffly. So I thought, nah.
It's better safer than sorry. You know what? 2 points with that. One is that a lot of our authors have children. A lot of our authors are women, and they have children or grandchildren. And we've had a few that have had to bring their kids along to their interviews. And that's fine. That's not a problem. Showing the reality of what it's like to be an author is more important than putting on a pretense.
So, and my granddaughter was with one of my sons was pitching a tent next door. And I mean, she is my granddaughter. I go hiking, I go camping. She wants to pitch a tent inside because it's raining, isn't it, outside? Yeah. So I thought, okay, not a good idea. For now.
Oh, that's so cute though. It's so adorable. Camping was like one of my fondest memories as a child. I love camping.
Yeah, I just love, there's so many gorgeous places in Queensland. We're so lucky. Either we can go up, or we can go down to northern rivers, which really should be in Queensland. I have no idea why they're in New South Wales.
No, the entire, like that whole line should just be nice and flat across New South Wales. Give us Byron and everything like in line with that. Nimbin, Mawillaba, all of that.
Yeah, we're going to start a interstate war here, which is better than Origin. Take over New.
That's a lot of fun. And the locations down there are beautiful. There's a lot of people don't know that a lot of people think fireflies and glowworms are an American thing, right? But down south, like 2 hours from Logan, you have Natural Bridge, which is a gorgeous set of, or a cave, with a beautiful waterfall that is chockers with glowworms. And in the summertime, after rain, you get all the fireflies out too. And there's these little pockets of magic and mystery that just permeate the entire state and the entire country.
Yes, and that's what that's what as authors we could bring out to them, and even to as parents bring out to our kids. I just love the camping. I love the traveling. And it's such a richness. But if you're just staying at home in your suburb and in your city, you don't necessarily see it. You have to get out. And for me, the best way to get out, I think the speed of thinking and the speed of anything as humans is the speed of walking. 4 kilometers an hour. That's when you absorb everything. Your heart rate calms down, your mental health improves. And I notice when I can't walk, and if I'm locked down or I'm busy and I don't walk, I get horrible, like cranky, and whereas if I go out and walk, like I know every inch of Daisy Hill like the back of my hand. I can do 15 kilometers there in the morning. And I know Venman Forest as well. Every track over there, we know that. And, we walk between the two, 10 to 15 kilometers. And like, even though we've done it for so long, every time you go, there's something new, right? Every time you see a new, they're full of little tiny birds now. I don't know what they are. I'm not very good. Finches.
Mum calls them flying mice.
Yeah, but you're right. They're so tiny and they're so beautiful. And, that's what really sparks the creativity in me to write, because after that, I come back and I write about, of course, other hikes. And possibly, with the COVID and being stuck, I was thinking, okay, I was talking with we have a Camino group, all the people who walked in the Camino in Brisbane. So we were discussing last time, what through hikes can we do nearby? And there's one you can do from Noosa National Park. You start at Noosa and you come down to Rainbow Beach.
Oh, right? Beautiful. Yep.
Yeah, you can do that. And it's a proper walk. You have to book for it and all. But we were saying, unlike Spain, there are no cafes on the way serving wine.
Noosa, come on.
Yeah.
Serve that Mulaney wine.
Yeah, so like I was thinking, okay, that's really nice. But on that walk, you have to carry everything because there are no cafes, it's off-road. You have to take your tents and everything. And I was thinking, okay, that's now radical camping and hiking. You have to, I have to think about, because to buy the equipment for that it's really expensive. If you want a tent which weighs under 3 kilos, it's like $500. And I'm thinking, yeah, anyway.
And a good quality one as well, something that's going to be able to withstand a little bit of weather.
Because it can rain there.
Yeah.
And it has to be under 3 kilos. And you have to carry your own water, because there's some, there's only water at the campsites. There are 5 campsites for 5 days of walking. So you have to carry water, and it's kind of radical.
People don't realize how heavy water is when you have to carry it.
Yeah.
You've got to make it last for 5 days as well. So like if you are having the optimal amount of water, that's like 2 liters of water a day. That's 10 kilos of water for 5 days. I mean, it decreases as you go on, but.
And unlike the Himalayas, there are no Sherpas over here who can carry your stuff. So I think we have a good opportunity for young people without jobs. They should enroll in a Sherpa course and become Sherpas for older people like me who want to walk and want someone to carry their water.
They would definitely be very physically fit, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just thought it was a great idea. But my sons, I've got young adult sons, they were kind of not impressed when I said, why don't you come along with me for this walk?
You can be my Sherpa.
I didn't say that, but I had it. But I think they know me well enough.
Oh, you know what? I feel like that's when you need a really big dog or a donkey or something as well to help you carry all of that.
I don't think, but I think they don't think it's allowed on these. Some of the tracks are so fragile that I don't think you're allowed to have a donkey or a horse on this track. It's national park, so they're quite strict about it. So whereas I
Do you
don't think
know
they're allowed.
do you know of any good walks in Logan?
In Logan,
I expect they'd be out near
Karawatha. What
Jimboomba.
about Karawatha?
Oh yes, Karawatha.
Karawatha.
I go
That's
through the Berrimba wetlands occasionally, but it's all
Yes.
beautiful flat paths, and it's comparatively it's a short walk to what you're doing.
Yeah. So those are the three in Logan which I do: the Karawatha Forest, Daisy Hill, and Cornubia, the Venman. Those are sort of my end, kind of officially Logan, and also but that's Redland. There's between, if you keep going down beyond Cornubia and you go towards Redland, there's a German church road there. Ooh. Which is a big area, but I think that is officially Redlands Shire. It's right. Okay. Yeah, it's next to us, but it's close enough. And those are the walks. And I would love to learn about some more forests. I think we're so lucky, really. We say Logan City, like this whole, but it's such a huge area.
It's massive. Like when you look at the map of it, it's absolutely huge. You just think like, oh yeah, like from Slacks Creek to Beenleigh, but you don't realize how far west it goes, and you don't think of like how far south it goes either. It's huge.
Yeah, and another one, like when I have my granddaughter with me, and currently she's learning to cycle or scooter, so we go to, that's also this side, Alexander Clark Park along the river, and right across it, of course, that's kind of in Beenleigh, but the Red Bridge.
Yes.
So that park is also a very nice park for flattish walks, and if you have your grandkids or kids with you, because they're nice paths over there which you can cycle along. And if you're there on a weekend, very often at the edge of, under the bridge, just beyond the bridge, on the edge of the river, there'll be a fish show.
Oh, beautiful.
And you can get you can get prawns and fish and straight,
Yum.
and straight off the boat. So quite often we if we're there on a Saturday, we line up in a COVID safe line. And to tell you the truth, once I just saw this queue and I just went and joined it. I was thinking, what is the matter with me? I'm just joining this queue. Crazy. and then I looked at the end of the queue and there was a boat there. And I thought, okay, I'm staying in this queue just for fun.
It's a good queue to be in.
It's a very good queue. And they were Moreton Bay bugs and right, amazing and absolutely fresh. So just came home and had that for breakfast.
Well, there's these little pockets that you can miss so easily in Logan if you're just not there on the right day. So it always feels like you've got something extra special when you are there on the right day. It's really lovely. So tell me a bit about what you'll be discussing at the Logan Writers Festival.
Well, all my books are writing books, so I will be talking really about walking for your mental health and walking for your creativity. And there's a quote, from a writer, Borges, I think he is, and he says, every experience which we have is given to us for a reason. It's like the forge of creativity. So however ordinary you think your life is, there is something in it which you can recreate for someone else and to share. So that's what I'm talking about, that you can write a book about anything because there may be someone else there for whom it is strange and exotic and wonderful. Or someone wants something to transform their lives. So all my books are about walking, and I'm talking about how my love of walking and my desire to kind of get fit, past when you become menopausal, you start getting fat. Yeah,
The hormones. They
yeah,
just
the
want you to
hormones go
be, yeah,
crazy.
they want you to be
And
extra cuddly for your grandkids.
yeah, the trouble is that you get the when you carry the, we don't need to be models. We can be a bit chubby, but I find as if you get older, there's no need to become unfit. You can be older and fit. And that was my journey. And I just literally started walking because that was the only exercise I like. I like to walk and I like to swim. And yeah, I don't have a pool at home, so you can't swim that much. But walking is something, you don't need a gym. You don't need to make free donations to a gym and never go to it.
I've done that for
And
a few years.
or you just can get out and walk. And we are so amazingly lucky in Logan and also in Brisbane that in every suburb you are going to find a nature strip where you can go and walk in nature. Because quite frankly, I don't like walking in the city. And when I used to work in the city, I did walk at lunchtime, but it's so irritating walking and stopping at lights all the time. And I was thinking, yeah, this is no good. Whereas you walk in nature, I think there's something about being grounded, that you are really reconnected to the earth, and that gives you that kind of, mental peace. And it also sparks your creativity for, anything. You don't necessarily have to be writing books. You can be creating podcasts or doing your website, or you could be, just writing songs. It doesn't have to be books, but having a hobby like walking, which is accessible to you. I can see myself walking when I'm 90. It's not going to be difficult. I may be with my walker, but can still see. And it's something which, that's what I'm talking about, is how you can transmute your walking into right. That's my backstory. And
Wonderful.
it's a very, it is actually a very ordinary story. I thought it was an ordinary story, but sometimes the reviews which I get, like of people who've actually walked the Camino, like in June, right? And I had someone saying, your book was so correct. It helped me with everything. I had a wonderful experience because I had your book with me. And those are the kind of things which you want. You want to change someone's life, someone who thought it's not possible. And the Valley of Flowers and even Chasing Himalayan Dreams, this one, people read it and said, I'm going to go out and do my dream, because this was a dream which I forgot, right? I had this dream when I was 16 and I was not allowed to walk it because I was a girl, right? No girls go alone and climb mountains.
Oh.
So that was a dream which I wasn't allowed to do. But I finally did it when I was 60, and it was absolutely amazing. So this was my dream book, and that's what I tell people. You're never too old to dream a new dream.
Oh, beautiful. That is something that I think a lot of people need to hear. So thank you so much for talking with me today, Sue. This has been fantastic. And to have that beautiful insight into escaping to a new land at the moment when we're kind of stuck. And thankfully now we can go on these walks, just not outside the state or the country, really. I think it's probably safer to find your local ones. But yes, thank you so much for talking to us today.
And it's been lovely talking to you. And I look forward to lots more Logan writers coming out of the conference.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. And I think your talk in particular will be very inspiring. So you can see Sue on the 10th and the 11th of September, where she will be presenting at the Logan Writers Festival. So have a great day, and we will see you then and there.
Bye for now.